Hello and welcome to the 2023 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft. This is our fourth and final major of the year. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hockeys.
And honk. We are watching Hailey King absolutely shred the front. We are at Cedar Rock at a brand new course called the Regulator, and we are having a great time out here. The front nine's definitely more wooded, technical, and dangerous. The back nine does open up a little bit, but still plenty of challenges. We are watching Hailey King, 6 down, so good. Kristin Tattar, rough start, but finding herself back at even with a couple birdies to finish. Missy, kind of a slower one. Even par's fine, though. Holyn struggling in those woods.
Yeah, she definitely has room to improve on the back nine. There's a lot of distance catered holes, a lot more open shots where having a big sidearm and a big backhand really will reward.
Hole 10, so interesting. Par 5, only 632, but treacherous. OB path on the left. You're throwing way down this hill trying to avoid that tree in the center that we just passed. You're going to see mid-ranges all the way up to drivers. I don't know, distance drivers even. But if you just land straight on the fairway, even with a low mid-range shot, super easy birdie. You usually end up pitching to the corner and then kind of just one final pitch up. You really can just go mid-range or even putter and get a birdie, but we're going to see some people attack for eagle. I think Ella literally said it's a forehand musket eagle, which is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
And I don't believe her.
That is something that Ella would say.
And this is, again, classic risk reward. We see Hailey trying to go huge, but getting a pretty early kick.
Kristin getting a similar kick, but thankfully checking up just before that out of bounds. The OB is the most tightly pinched early, so catching any tree early, you're pretty much guaranteed out of bounds if you go left. If you filter down farther, you do have a little more room to hyzer out on the left side.
Holyn with a vulture, gonna be a little on that right side.
Landing or kicking right and landing on the hill, you can still actually get a birdie.
Totally.
It just requires two much more technical shots.
This is a thrasher. Missy's going big, and it was almost perfect. Catches the one weird fairway rock. It's still fantastic.
I will never call that rock anything else but weird.
Look at it.
Oh, you're that one guy.
We're talking about you.
Yeah.
You weirdo.
Kristin having to kind of go over that OB corner a little bit, but she has big distance on this sidearm, and
that
she
felt
might be a little
very
benched.
risky.
Yeah.
She can definitely birdie from there. It's probably going to be like a patent pending backhand turnover. Hailey throwing 3 with the OB stroke. Also so risky. She's over out of bounds right now and does not come back in.
Man, that's
this is
early.
Where, yeah, man, so surprising. I think the play off the tee is to throw a little bit more towards the ground and just try to like dig in the center.
And there's not really any reason to get that aggressive on that second shot. She could just pitch something in the middle and have a very easy birdie.
She's done with boring. We already said it.
That's right. She's trying to get an eagle. She wants 2 eagles.
Yeah.
What's one eagle without another one?
Nothing. That's what they've always said. Missy with a backhand is actually going to have a pretty sweet eagle look. Looks like in circle 2 somewhere. She would go thrasher.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Ooh, Holyn very early, but it works.
Yeah.
Just outside the circle.
Fine.
For a
She's
birdie
just
look.
like not fully committing. It seems like it's coming out really fast and spinny, but it's always a little early.
Yeah, yeah. Either the timing is off or... Ooh, no. Oh, no. Hailey getting pretty lucky there. Yeah, she's like a little early or a little late. Kind of all day.
Finally up to Kristin's second shot. She does have this little pinched kind of high forehand. She gets through all the corner trees and she's got a putt.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was definitely a backhand.
Easy enough. Missy with a long eagle look.
It looks to be about a little over 50 feet. Pretty uphill. Easy birdie.
There were 4 eagles on the day.
Awesome.
Yep, Deanne Carey, Stacey Ronsley, Owen Scoggins, and Katie Tati got 3s. So good. Hailey, unfortunately, going to add a bogey stroke to her card.
Holyn for her first birdie of the round. Chain out left. Yeah, she's pretty upset at that one, it looks like. Just, man, it's so hard when you just cannot get anything started and then you start to run out of time. Like, it is so frustrating. Turkey.
Kristin Tattar making putting look so easy.
How'd this play today? I don't know if you didn't say that right. You just said
It was
the
one
Eagles.
of the easiest holes of the day, which is surprising. Top 3
I
easiest.
think if you just chill, it's not quite that hard.
Yeah, 32% of the field taking a birdie. It's just about getting off the tee and not going out of bounds. I think that's it. I went OB off the tee and got a very easy par. So if you just throw something soft and
Weird brag.
huh? No, I'm saying it's
kidding.
easy.
I went OB off the tee and then did not have an easy par.
Hailey dropping back from that first place position. Henna going to be in first place right now. Still playing super solid. We're moving on to hole 11. This is one of the only holes that has out of bounds on both the left and right side of the fairway on the tee shot. You want to throw a big turnover or a forehand, the farther you get, the easier your second shot is, but you don't really have to bite off too much to get that birdie. Kristin throwing the sidearm here. Where she lands, she'll still have probably about 200, maybe 250 feet uphill to the basket, but it's a pretty wide open gap. Not a lot you're worrying about here.
Love the sidearm play. Feels a little bit safer than the backhand.
Missy likes to go super aggressive on this one and really push that deep side OB. And she's good for it.
That's beautiful. She's going to have a little bit shorter and more straightforward approach than Kristin from there. But
This is where the distance sidearm really starts being
yeah,
an advantage.
like if I had it, I would throw it.
Me too.
Look at this thing.
I love it.
She annihilated it. It was so high in the air. That was a ESP nuke.
Hailey opting for the backhand though. This played as the easiest hole of the day.
You think Hailey's trying to like get to the gap with the backhand?
Yes.
It sure looks like it, doesn't it? She's going wraith here.
Don't fade.
So huge. Oh my gosh.
She's past all the OB.
Wow.
She's not even worried about it.
Wow.
She's just past it.
Just trying to eagle this one too.
Unbelievable.
Kind of playing a different game out here.
Making the course plan look a lot different.
Wow, this is gorgeous. Oh my.
Kristin's always just buzzing metal, just going right next to it. Still checks up perfectly in the bullseye.
It is so hard to throw a mid-range that straight. That was so good.
On a forehand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Missy with a little bit more of a turnover look. She comes in nice and soft. So good.
Love it.
She's so good at that shot.
Holyn trying to get this close, get an easy birdie. Look how far that forehand is. That was farther than Missy's turnover backhand.
Yes.
And she's nice and close. All right.
A tap in birdie.
Hailey King for eagle. That kind of looked like a run.
It was. You know she saw fitting it. And a round of tap-in birdies for the easiest hole of the day for the FPO field. No surprise. Holyn gets the monkey off her back. She's no longer being birdie skunked.
Finally gets the round going. 11 holes in. And a star frame. $25 to Edge. A. Henna 6 down through 11, leading the way. Stacy Ronsley 4 down. Macy Valadez, Sarah Holcomb, Jessica Wees, and some other people around 2 down. Hole 12 is a par 3. It's almost too easy because it's the most wide open hole that we play all day. There is a tree line on the right and a drop off behind the basket that you have to be careful about, but it's so weird not to be thinking about hitting any kind of gap. You're like, oh man, what do I do? What do I do?
All my discs do this, I think.
The main challenge, I think, is like this weird little hill, and you can't just throw the simple hyzer. You do have to throw either a straight shot or even like a slight turnover.
It's slightly uphill as well, so you
yeah.
do have to push a little harder than that 301 feet listed.
A tiny amount to think about, but it's pretty simple, as Kristin just showed us.
Missy's so good at these little pushing hyzers that have just the right amount of width.
Yeah.
Around it.
Yeah, great width. And she's just going kind of a down-tempo thrasher, which is interesting that she doesn't disc down.
That sounds like a musical genre.
Yeah, that's my favorite musical drama. Whoa. Nope.
Holyn coming up a little bit short. She'll have a bit of a death putt from circle 2. It does drop off behind the basket. It's not too bad, but it can make your second putt long.
And it's really easy to do what Holyn just did because it looks so short. Like even Hailey's not quite getting to the circle, and you disc down and come up into circle 2.
I watched Silva just
so
crush one, and she went through the tree line into almost that relief area at the
weird.
bottom of the hill.
So Holyn threw a challenger, which is a putter, and Hailey threw a con. So they either need to throw a little harder or maybe think about disking up to like a mid-range or something a little faster.
Both Hailey and Holyn struggling on the putting green here. They are going to have some work to do for the par.
Hailey around circle's edge, coming back uphill at it. Airmail. Holyn, not that much closer. Makes good on the par save, though.
This played as the second easiest hole of the day with minimal bogeys, 22% of the field taking birdies.
I would have guessed this one would have played as the easiest versus the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's something about it where it's not as straightforward as it looks, as shown by Hailey King here.
Yeah, I bet this little drop-off got more people than we think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one feels terrible to lay up.
It really does. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. Missy for a turkey to move to 3 down.
And
That's another one.
5 in a row?
Yeah, we kind of forgot 4 in a row.
We did.
You know any regional birds?
There's many of them.
Cool.
I've been hearing a lot of red-shouldered hawks.
Great.
Out here. We love that.
So that was a red-shouldered hawk wearing a golden sombrero for Kristin Tattar.
Get ready for an electrifying fusion of disc golf and art. Disc Golf Strokes, a Uplay fundraiser that will creatively blow your mind, featuring some of the biggest names in professional disc golf. Each 6-foot canvas is up for auction along with the artist's smocks, disc brushes, and other exclusive disc golf items. Every dollar helps fund Uplay's educational events, and we're currently raising money for our trip to Uganda and Kenya, Africa this October. Disc Golf Strokes, where the thrill of the game meets the power of art to benefit the world.
Hole 13, from the second easiest hole to the second most difficult hole. Whew, this first shot, this landing zone is so small and so precise. You really do have to make sure you're far enough left in order to open up this second shot that's super uphill, and look how guarded this green is. You're also carrying water, and any tree kick, you can very easily find that out of bounds.
Ooh, pretty big slip there from Kristin. It still looks like a very well-controlled shot. Comes in just a hair early. She's in a decent spot, though.
She's far enough that maybe she'll be able to work it.
She always works it.
She does always work it. She's like a natural at working it.
I like the backhand. I think the forehand, just fades to that corner, whereas the backhand, if you move a little more left than that, there's still gaps.
Missy was trying to decide whether she wanted to stay up on top of the hill or try to get down into the second little landing area. It's so small and very easy to find OB deep if you push that far.
But if you're there, it's a pretty simple birdie.
It really is.
Versus where Holyn is, she's going to have to pick a pretty small gap and really send something.
We can see Holyn pretty nervy. That was a very...
I saw 2 people on my card do that.
Really?
Trying to get farther left like that, like hyzer left. There's pretty big gaps if you land on the short side.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised because I was like, they were like, yeah, nice shot.
Just looked
and I looked
committed.
at them and I was like, was it a nice shot? And it turns out there's some stuff over there. I mean, it's definitely a little bit shorter than you
that
want.
Gap is too far away for me.
But like,
wow,
it's a fairly decent sized gap though.
Yeah, and wow, she's got a putt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, she definitely wants
sidearm really changes Holland's game plan from mine.
Yeah.
Missy up on the top of the hill.
But like this far right, look at how far she has to move this disc from the left to the right. Mm-hmm. It's a really harsh turn versus where Holyn was.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get as much turn as she wants, but she's still up on the dance floor. Maybe not putting quite, but she is safe on the other side.
What kind of professional dancer would Missy be?
Salsa.
Okay, all right. A little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Hailey catches a tree.
Oh,
she's safe.
wow. She must be riding the line.
I was going to say, I could have sworn I saw a splash or something. Kristin with the best look at it, though, contends with some early branches, overturns it, and it's fine. All right.
Circle 2.
Cool.
Ooh, what
The
a
water
scenic
looks
little shot.
Awesome. Stop following the disc. Just go back to the water ripples.
Yeah, we want to enjoy that.
Hailey, we'll call it a soft run. Gonna settle for par here. Missy has a gap. And some beautiful lighting.
Oh,
Oh, man. What a run. And it checks
Nice.
up pretty well.
there were only 4 birdies on
Wow.
the day today.
I would have
And
guessed more.
Me too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's hard.
It is hard, but 4.
Yeah. 4 out of 90.
This is going to be one of those courses too that every day that we play it, I think we're going to have more birdies.
Totally. Yeah.
We're again, a lot of us are still learning it, but still, it's the type of course that you can really build on because the landing zones are so finite that like you dial them in. You're like, oh, I actually need to land 6 feet left of this tree.
Or, like I said, this one I learned that you can make the mistake to go a little bit more left and have a lot more.
Yep.
And I did not know that.
Yep. Same.
Just a lack of enough days of preparation.
I aimed at the wrong big tree.
Okay.
Yes. I know it's not that one. Now. A round of pars on this hole is great.
Yeah.
There was 41% of the field taking a bogey or worse. It can happen so quickly on this one with all of the out of bounds.
Look at Kristin's scorecard right now. You would never even know that she was like 3 over through 4 or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Yep, just really doing the best at looking forward. Hannah is still 7 down through 13. That is impressive. Really minimizing the errors. I wonder if she's got any bogeys. I'm gonna check it out.
And while you do that, hole 14 is an uphill to start, par 4, 547 feet. If you get to the top of this hill, it's a pretty straightforward approach shot. This is where kind of that power backhand comes into play. The elite distance players are going to be able to reach the top of the hill, and kind of the middle of the pack, you know, to maybe newer players are not going to be able to get nearly so far. Kristin checks up just a little short of where you want, but she might be able to see the pin from there. It's also scary to throw something full power. It's a pretty narrow gap to really rip something through.
But you have to if you want this birdie.
Yeah.
If you just try to like chip something out of the gap, there's absolutely no way to get there on the second shot.
Yeah, because you have to then throw nose up over the hill.
And it's like 400 feet.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe 375, but
But where these ladies are landing, it's
look at this one.
easy drive.
Wow. I mean,
Over the
that's so
hill.
good. Like, we saw Evelina throw a really good shot in our practice round to the top of the hill, and Holyn just went probably about 40 feet past that. Unbelievable.
Hailey low, and she's
Wow.
also going over. She went past Holyn?
Yeah.
Are you kidding
I
me?
love that she cleared the hill by all of 1 foot. That is amazing.
Missy can't see the basket more than likely here.
But close enough to at least get inside the circle. That was probably like, what? That's probably that 375 mark I was saying.
Where Missy just threw from?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's less than that.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's like 325 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the uphill makes it feel like it's
You're
so
right.
far,
Fair enough.
especially the uphill run up. But if you get to the top of the hill, which they're very close to, it's like 300 feet.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's only 547.
Yeah.
The uphill just makes it feel tough.
Yeah, the run up, especially.
Look at this little standstill chipper from Holyn.
Nice.
Lovely.
This played as the 3rd easiest hole of the day because there's not a lot of trouble you
Yeah.
can get in.
Easy par.
Just getting out of that initial gap is important.
Hailey with her own standstill chip sidearm. A little too strong. She'll have a birdie look coming back at it.
Classic
Looks like,
Hailey problems.
Yeah, in 25-ish or so. Missy for a birdie.
Wow.
Yep.
So strong.
Moves to 4 down. Kristin in a pretty wide straddle here. That tree on the left must be in her way. It was.
Yeah,
It
those
definitely was in her
branches.
way. Bummer. Holyn to get her second birdie of the round. A little bit of a tester here. She makes good.
There we go. Cleaning up this back 9. Hailey looking super comfortable on the green today.
Just firing them in there too.
Yeah, she's made almost every tester putt. Just that one little brain fart hole. Obviously, she was probably affected by the the goats.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
Everyone is. Yeah. You're just thinking like, man, I wish I was over there petting those goats. Is
Look
one
how-
of them jumping on another one?
know.
You're just distracted.
Look how fluffy those sheeps look.
Sheeps.
Oh, yeah. Henna. Oh, yeah. She is bogey free right now through
Cool.
14 holes. That is more of a feat even than the 7 birdies. Unbelievable. Moving on to hole 15. It's 333 feet, and I just have such a hard time with this hole. I guess it's pretty straightforward for some people. You just kind of throw a gently right turning shot, maybe aim at those left side trees and just let it turn through the gap and skip right down the fairway to the basket. Feels like it plays a little longer than 333, but I'm sure if there were no trees and no gap, it would not.
Sounds like you got some really good advice on the throw it at the left side trees and just let it turn.
I don't remember
idea.
who told me that.
Yeah.
Probably someone who parked it today.
Missy with a really great shot. A little bit more of a straight play, which is awesome. Not bringing any danger into the picture.
I feel like if I had a distance sidearm, I would throw that here. I'm kind of surprised to see
Yeah, that's a good
Holyn
point.
do this.
And she's early in those trees, but it looks like she progressed some of the way through. A really angry hair flip.
She's feeling it, feeling fiery.
I mean, I think her hair did a full circle.
Hailey not going sidearm either. Maybe there's a no sidearm secret I don't know about.
Whoa. Similar mistake to Holyn there. So much height. I think they must be going slower speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mako. That was a Mako 3 from Hailey and a Cicada from Holyn.
Kristin trying to work the sidearm. There is a vortex over there. It is hungry for discs.
She
And
makes it pin high, though.
Yeah, it's a bummer to be over there, though, because look at all those little tiny trees. It's very tough to access the basket. You almost have to go out and around.
Hailey, super long jump putt from almost 90 feet. Solid.
Mm-hmm. Holyn trying to go low route under all these branches. It works.
Yeah.
Kristin
Oh,
actually has
okay,
a
not
look,
pin high.
kind
That was
of.
a camera trick.
Yeah.
From there, it looks pin high. Wow, great run.
All right. And Missy with the pure shot.
Oh, wow. She went ESP Mantis
Nice.
and cashes it.
So good.
Goes to 5 down. Man, that's awesome.
And then shares the smiles with everyone.
Yeah, she's going to catch Hailey with that one. Wow. It's cool to see the scoring spreads. You know, like you said earlier, you can just really catch catch fire at any point on this course and stack up the birdies.
Yeah, it's kind of like, not to be so sappy, but it's like a hopeful course. Like you can mess up like Holyn did a bunch of holes in a row, but you can easily get all those back. Like
Yeah, you can crawl out of that dumpster that's on fire at any time.
It's not like Maple Hill where you're like, well, that's it. I'm toast. Hannah Bloomer's still holding on.
Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Down.
Hole 16, par 5. It's 887 feet. If you are a power player, you can get through this gap, which is about 350 feet off the tee. It's kind of a turnover shot. Some women going to land short of the gap, then just throw a big second shot and then try to minimize the distance, obviously, on the third shot. Super reachable by everyone in the field for birdie. You just need to decide, are you trying to go all the way through or are you just trying to throw a placement shot? There's 2 gaps here that you're trying to hit. I think most women end up going probably through the left one on the second, but both are viable.
Yeah, the left one's definitely more accessible when most people are throwing hyzers off this tee shot to try to avoid that wood line on the right. Holyn doing a great job of pushing that wood line and not getting too far to the left. We'll see what she has to work with.
Dude, that was a buzz.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Just chilling.
I really like that play. Hailey's trying to go through the gap, no?
Yeah, that's a star wraith. I'd assume she's trying to go for it. And
her-
great distance. Fades a little too much.
You know how she's like kind of slowed everything down? It's real deliberate. Even her disc looks like it's flying slow. Even though it's a wraith, it's just like cruising.
Yeah, she took some RPMs off to make it look like that.
It's all about the style here, folks.
Kristin overturning it, but crashing her way through a pretty good ways. There's some gaps in that corner, actually. Not great ones, but
No, we'll see what she has to work with. It can be rough in there.
Missy looks like she's lining up a turnover through this left side gap. That looks solid. Even with the tree hit, it's not bad. She'll still have a chance to birdie.
It really, doesn't.
Probably still like, what, at least 300 feet from there, but maybe
I think that's about
325,
right. Yeah.
something like that.
Depends on how much that branch slowed her down.
Whoa, Holyn trying to annihilate that thing. That tree might never recover from that hit. And I lied, there are not gaps. She's a little deeper than I thought. Kristin
Oh, it gets out though.
pinned on a weird wood pile, but throws a really cool spike sidearm. Love that.
And she honestly could still recover a birdie.
You
from
think?
where
So?
she
I
is.
think
Yeah,
that's got to be close to 400 though.
It's far. She can make those circle 2 putts. Hailey having to go forehand roller to get out. It's hard to guess how far she is.
Yeah, we should probably stop trying. I think.
I think she's about 14.
Said stop trying. Oh, cool turnover sidearm. That was a standstill.
Huge.
Huge shot. So much power. All right, Kristin from some unidentified distance away. It looks like she could think about reaching it. It does go downhill at the end.
There was a little bit of a right to left crosswind.
Oh my. My oh my.
Yep. She's there.
So good. And that's, I mean, her second shot only went like, I don't know, 150 feet or something?
Yep.
Wow.
Hailey trying to access this double koozie green as well. Pass.
Going deep,
obviously.
always. And that's quite a putt coming back up to this elevated pin. That's a lot of height she's going to need on that putt. Definitely doable, but it just feels very awkward.
Missy probably right at that 300-foot mark. She'll be circle's edge high with a death putt coming downhill at the elevated basket.
It's easy to leave it short because you kind of have to push that right side corner.
Yeah, you're really thinking about those trees.
Holyn's fourth. Nice high stalling sidearm and parks it. Pretty much parks it. Oh.
Okay.
Missy laying up.
She's protecting her birdies. We love that.
Well, you love it. We all know I like to recklessly abandon mine. What a
Hailey.
putt.
What a recovery with a weird short forehand roller in the middle. Birdie.
Yeah, you would never know. And Kristin also weird sidearm
scramble of the
sky side-
century.
Yeah, both of them. Like, how did they birdie and Holyn didn't? That is nuts.
It is nuts. 13% of the field getting this birdie and 30% taking a bogey or worse. So this one did play a little rough out there. God, I love the slow-mo reaction on chains.
Hannah holding strong at that 7 down.
Hailey King and Missy Gannon on our feature card, right there in second and third place position. Going on to 17 and Island Hole 328, it is downhill. This middle gap looks like the perfect gap, but the OB comes in pretty tight on the left-hand side, so if you throw anything with stability, it can very easily skip out of bounds left or catch any of those trees and kick over there. I kind of like a right gap with something a little bit slower, like an overstable mid. But really anything works here. It's the player's choice. You can get all the discs in your bag to this green.
This is so fun. I love this hole.
Yeah, it's very fun.
T-Bird 3 from Hailey. Surprising that she...
Nice and soft.
Yeah, super soft. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised she didn't go mid, but, you know, like you said, it's what'd you say? It's
Player's
the
choice.
Player's choice. I was going to say people's choice, but it's not. You don't get to choose. The player does. As you said, what'd you say? Oh, my.
Comes up so fast.
Yeah, and that drop zone is pretty punishing. Did you say how far it was? Like 55?
And uphill, too.
Yeah. Missy going straight at it with a Undertaker. Puts it to 20 feet. Lovely shot. Holyn going Z swirl buzz. Little sawed off. It's definitely pushing that left side OB.
Oh, nice
But
tree kick.
in, yeah. Fortunate break, but she's had a lot of rough lies, so we can be gracious about
Yeah,
it.
we love that for her.
Maybe closer to 60, honestly, this drop zone.
And straight uphill.
Oh,
my
what a great
goodness.
run.
Off the cage early. You see that sass?
Yeah, a little bit.
I bet the basket felt that. Holyn fully sending, but just not quite on line.
Hailey for another birdie. Moves to 7 down. So automatic from that range right now.
Casual. Holyn, good for the comeback putts today.
Missy with pretty much a tap in, moves to 6 down. Really stringing
Wow.
it together. Such a good back nine.
Yeah, her back nine's unreal.
Kristin with a bogey, they're going to move back to 3 down.
Hailey doesn't even watch it all the way into the chains. She just knows. She's comfy out there. Hannah adding 1 stroke to her 7 down. She
Oh, wow.
is now 8 down through 17 and continuing to be bogey free.
Rounding it out with a really challenging final hole to par 4, 526 feet. This is mandatory relief, not out of bounds. This creek, you're trying to go through the gap we just flew through and progress to the left as much as possible. And then it's a really sharp left to right moving shot. So hard to get a sidearm all the way there, maybe even harder to get a backhand. You have to be so aggressive off the tee to have a clean second shot that is possible to reach the green. Like this is looking great. Oh no, a little early. I thought she was going to beat the last tree.
Me too. That must have been a nice, like a slower speed disc because it looked like it was cruising through the gap.
That was the right amount of power to be really aggressive.
Missy with the best follow through and the
So
what
good.
a great shot. That makes the second shot so much easier.
So if you land in that relief area, it plays just like OB. You have to take it where it last went out. So like Holyn is short of it. If you cross and come back in, you obviously can take it on the other side. So kind of an interesting.
But it does not count for a stroke.
Yeah. So it's casual yet mandatory relief. Whoa, laser beam. I do like the commitment on there, but it is really tough to birdie. She's going to be so pinched on the right.
Yeah, there's like an alternate gap over there, but man, it is not fun to try to hit. It's really low ceiling and more like a series of gaps that you're just hoping you hit one of them.
So the group discussing with Marshall where Holyn needs to take her lie.
What an unfortunate stance.
Yeah. Hailey in the same spot goes 1 inch to the side of that tree and is kind of on that right side where those alternate gaps are that Madison was talking about. There was definitely some confusion about this area today. They clarified the rules for us in an email after the fact because I think people were just struggling.
Oh, Kristin opting to go out and around instead of going up the middle.
Cool.
That's definitely much safer. Apparently, this hole used to have a lot more of a low ceiling. They cleared out some of the branches, but they definitely left this one guardian low-hanging branch that we see Holyn trying to kind of just go straight through right now.
Mm-hmm. And she does
and
it.
It works.
I believe that was a Z Raptor. Really great recovery shot. Finally getting to Missy's drive.
Going for the forehand.
And that's so easy to do because of the side hill. I've done it like twice in practice. It's so hard to make yourself throw a hyzer when you're standing on a hill that's going from right to left.
Hailey catches one little teeny tree.
What a mean roll.
Wow. And there she goes. Goodness. Surprised we have not seen more of those today, honestly.
Yeah.
Missy with not much to get to the pin. How quickly a great drive turns into a really tough par save. But look at this. Executes it well just outside the bullseye. Easy par.
Fantastic. And got a Mando stat for you. Missy's 6 down, back 9 is tied. Because that's a tap-in. All right, it's no spoiler.
Yeah.
Don't get on me for that. 6 down, back 9 is tied for her second hottest back 9 of the season. The first was at Las Vegas Challenge where she shot a 7 down.
The beginning and the end. Hailey just has to pitch up after that brutal roll away. Kristin doing the same. This green is a little difficult to access being so uphill, and you're a little nervous about getting rollaways off the cage as well. Holyn with a great par to finish out the round. That feels good on this hole 18.
Clean back 9, 2 down, but definitely not what Holyn was looking for there.
Yo, check out these stats. 4% of the field getting birdies. That's only 4 birdies, and 46 taking a bogey or worse.
Woof.
So 18 played tough.
Yeah, it is a very difficult finishing hole for sure.
Valerie Mandahano, Evelina Salonen, Owen Scoggins, and Kaidi Al-Salou getting birdies.
And obviously that's a special one. Kristin battling hard throughout the round. Going to end 3 down, which again, I mean, she started 3 over. So, I mean, through 3 holes.
Wow.
So she recovered well, but obviously left a little bit out there. And wow, 3-way tie in the lead.
Oh no, Hannah must have taken a bogey on hole 18.
Yeah.
Double bogey.
But still, she's still tied for the lead.
Yep.
So Hannah, Hailey, Missy, and Holly Finley joining us. Holly shooting a 4 down to round it out. Kristin missing lead card. This is the first time she's missed lead card at a major since she's played 2021 Worlds.
Oh, dang. Well, we know what she's made of. We saw how that round went. She played strong after a few bogeys at the beginning. I don't want to rub it in, but I did call that the round was going to be a 6 down.
Great. You know what I said though? That 3 down through 5 is going to 3 to 5 down is going to secure the top 5. So whatever, I'm also pretty right.
Okay, we're both right.
Yeah, we're both right.
2 hot Geese living right.
Doing math.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed this new course. We love Regulator. We're so excited to play 3 more rounds here. We're going to get better and better. U.S. Women's, really, they're just killing it this year. We love that tournament team. So thanks for hanging out with us. We got 3 more rounds. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot Geese. Honk.